there is, as I said, there is a package that the Secretariat will be in charge to implement.
It's been brought to my attention that it has recently been reported to the press that the Security Council welcomed the progress made in the efforts by all sides for the return to full functionality by the MINURSO. I wish to set the record straight. There have been consultations on the situation of the MINURSO, but the Council has not reached any conclusions. Certainly not any agreed conclusions. Therefore, the Council cannot be said to have welcomed progress because such a conclusion has not been reached. Some members of the Council have expressed such opinion. Other members have expressed different opinions. In the case of Uruguay, at the consultations, we expressed that we were pleased that there had been movement in the situation, but not progress. We said we believe that there had been regress. At most, we are reverting the situation near to what it was on 16 March, and therefore we have simply wasted 5 months. Basically, we are now turning the clock back where it was before. According to Merriam-Webster, progress means the process of improving or developing something over a period of time. So in this case, for progress to have been achieved, we should have moved forward in the substantive issue on Western Sahara, which is the need to engage in the political negotiations necessary for the conduct of the referendum on the status of the territory, the R in MINURSO. So, 2 lessons learned. First, as Uruguay has maintained all along, it has been clearly demonstrated that no country can unilaterally alter the conditions for the functioning of a peacekeeping mission. And that is why the MINURSO is returning gradually to full functionality. That is the condition at which it was in March of this year. Second lesson learned. In life, apart from death, few other things are truly irreversible. So much for irreversibility. Lastly, a few facts to keep in mind. The international legal status of Western Sahara is that of a non-self-governing territory, and it has been listed as such by the United Nations since 1963. The status of Western Sahara is to be decided by the holding of a referendum to enable the people of Western Sahara, in the exercise of their right to self-determination, to choose between independence and integration with Morocco. And thirdly, the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic is a member of the European Union. Thank you very much.
Can I ask one question?
The council should take some action.
The council is taking
I think you meant the African group.
Yeah.
Sorry, what did I say?
European.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was like, that's the news.
Correct.
Morocco's ambassador said there was some kind of a package. I just wanted to be sure that you answer whether, was there anything described about the UN agreeing to anything with Morocco to get people back? Thanks.
I have not heard of any package.
So what else is going to happen here? Because there was no timetable, no new figures. When is the council?
We pointed at that on the day of the approval of the resolution. There's movement. We have a process going, but we have not yet reached full functionality. We hope it will be achieved soon, but as you said, there is no post for us, no flag box.
Will you ask that it be raised?
Soon.
Ambassador, could we ask you about the next SG and the results from last week? Were you surprised by?
I think everybody was quite surprised, yes. that we were mostly surprised by was how long the secret results were kept secret.
And disappointed that women weren't top of the list?
I am very disappointed. I know what my government instructed me to vote, and I'm very satisfied with that point.
Do you think it's made a big change as a switch?
I really have no idea. Thank you.
Thank you.
And do correct that.
So, no package. The Moroccan ambassador said there's a package agreed to by the Secretariat, but seems not. Seems not. So we'll put this up, innercitypress.com. Yeah, good thing. That's the Uruguayan ambassador, by the way. All right, we're out.
Mesdames et messieurs, comme vient de vous l'exposer le président du Conseil de sécurité, le sous-secrétaire général des Nations Unies, M. Latsous, responsable d'IPKO, a fait sa présentation sur la MINURSO, ainsi que la représentante spéciale du secrétaire général, Mme Bourluc, qui est venue de Layun, et a également donné un aperçu exhaustif sur l'accord qui a été conclu entre le Maroc et le Secrétariat. Également, le fonctionnement, il a bien prouvé que le fonctionnement de la MINURSO suite à cet accord. Les États membres du Conseil de sécurité ont salué le package qui a été conclu entre le Maroc et le Secrétariat pour la pleine fonctionnalité de la MINURSO dans le cadre de son mandat et tel que précisé dans les résolutions successives du Conseil de sécurité. Les pays membres ont également se sont félicités des efforts consentis par le Maroc pour parvenir à ce package. Ils ont également salué tout ce qu'a fait le Maroc, tout ce qu'il a entrepris afin de permettre à la MINURSO de fonctionner même durant la crise passée. Enfin, dernier élément, tout le monde s'est félicité de cette nouvelle dynamique qui a pratiquement mis fin à la crise entre le Secrétariat des Nations Unies et le Royaume du Maroc. Voilà ce que je tenais à partager avec vous, juste pour confirmer que l'ambiance du débat était très positive, très optimiste sur l'avenir et surtout un plein appui au Secrétariat pour la mise en œuvre de cet accord et surtout le renouvellement de la confiance au Maroc. Je voudrais juste rappeler que tous les pays ont salué l'engagement réitéré du Maroc pour la mise en œuvre de ce package. Oui.
Mr. Ambassador, in English, I'm gonna.
Yes, please.
Could you give us any details of this agreement? How many staff members do you expect to have back to MINURSO after this first 25?
As the Secretariat have already explained previously, 25 are already back in Layun. The rest of those who will be back, I think, is a question of micromanagement by the Secretariat. But I would like to precise one thing. The problem is not the number. The problem is the functionality. The problem is the efficiency. The problem is the mandate. So I think the Secretariat, as well as all the members, understood and defend the fact that what is important is to resume the confidence between the two parties, and also to work together, Morocco and the Secretariat, and create the momentum that will permit to the MINURSO to work normally.
The President of the Council said, I mean, this is a direct quote, he said it has not yet reached the goal of full functionality. So according to you, like are you committed to he said that was the consensus in the Council, that it has not reached that. What would it take to reach that? How soon can it reach that? And on the African Union, also the French ambassador was talking about your moves there. Can you explain what steps it would take to join for the first time, as some say, or rejoin the African Union?
My dear Mathieu, I know that you are always putting doubts about the intention and the political will of Morocco. But be sure that we never commit ourselves, we deliver. So there is a political commitment that the implementation of the package between Secretariat and Morocco will be fully done. Concerning the EU, I'm very happy that you raised this question. Many countries congratulate Morocco for the decision to reintegrate the EU, and they believe, and they have already expressed that in this meeting, that such démarche, such initiative will help in creating a new momentum within the EU, and so creating a new atmosphere in our region of the Arab Maghreb, Yuma.
Do you want anyone expelled from the African Union? I guess that's what I'm asking. What are the conditions for joining or rejoining?
We have already, I can send you the letter of the 28 head of states of Africa, of the EU members, asking Morocco to reintegrate, and in the same time demanding suspension of the Polisario. It's very clear. I can send you the letter, and I hope you will put it on your sit. Promise?
Yeah, I will.
Good. This afternoon you will have it. Yes, please.
As you've said, 25 UN civilian staff have returned. How many more does Morocco believe need to return for the mission to have full functionality?
I think the full functionality is a principle that has been agreed by all the parties. And the discussion within the Security Council this afternoon showed that it's a question of confidence, first of all, between the two parties, and the confidence is there. The second point is the implementation. The implementation have already started 2 weeks ago, so that's why 25 people are already there. And third, as I said, and the president of the Security Council said, the problem is not, the issue is not the number. The issue is the full functionality, is the efficiency, is the mandate. And resolutions of Security Council are very clear on that, and Morocco will be committed with this.
So the mission
Please.
is not in full functionality yet, though, with 25, so how many more need to come back?
This is, there is, as I said, there is a package that the Secretariat will be in charge to implement.
Yesterday there was a public announcement by a for-profit company called CopSync Inc. That's going to hold an event in the UN on August 2nd called Stand to Protect Peace Summit. And it's a for-profit company, and it sells products and services to police departments. And maybe they've rented out space in the UN. I mean, maybe you'll find this out. But what I wanted to ask you about is they list as a participant, as part of their pitch to attend it, the involvement of Inspector of the UN headquarters, Matthew Sullivan, who's a UN DSS individual. So I wanted to ask you either now or later today, what is the UN's involvement in this for-profit event, and how is it consistent with the commitments to do due diligence after the Englap saying South-South News scandal?
I actually spoke with Mr. Sullivan earlier today. He has confirmed to me that he had not heard of this particular speaking engagement before, was not aware of it, and is not participating.
They put it out on PR Newswire. So what is his involvement? Can you get an answer on why would, they obviously know who he is, so what is his involvement with the Jack Brewer Foundation and these individuals who did it?
He is not involved in this. That is what he has told me. For anything further, you would need to ask them.
But it's in the UN. It's a for-profit event in the UN. So I'm asking you, in the wake of the Englap Sang scandal, what is the UN's involvement in this event taking place
first
in
of all,
the
you're
UN?
trying to tie into similar things. I don't speak for this company. You'd have to talk to that company about what they're doing.
In the UN.
Regarding how they do their arrangements, you'd have to ask them. Regarding Mr. Sullivan, no, he's not involved in
But
this.
are they paying the UN to use the room? This is being held in UN headquarters, August 2nd, 3 p.m.
This is not something for which the UN doesn't charge for the use of the UN.
Then
Yes.
why are they in the UN?
Thank you.
You would have to ask that company. Yes.
Sure, I'll keep this brief, but today there was a meeting at ECOSOC, in the ECOSOC chamber. One of the meetings involved Haiti, the other one involved South Sudan. Malu escorted me there, but then said they had to leave, and then security told me to leave. So I'm wondering, what is the procedure for Greenpeace, the vast majority of journalists that you have, to be able to cover meetings and stake out meetings such as ones on Haiti and South Sudan?
You have the ability to stake out these once you have escorts. We try to provide escorts as much as possible.
Why were
In
there only
fact-
two people in Malu today?
We accommodate you to the best of our abilities and to the extent that our staffing allows. Like I said, I spoke with the Media Accreditation and Liaison Unit this morning, and again, they're trying their very best to accommodate. We can't have so many staff devoted
Why don't
simply
you just leave
to-
a journalist standing in
simply
front?
to,
Okay.
please,
Please, go ahead. I'd like to hear your
simply to
explanation.
the convenience of one individual, but they, to the extent that their staffing allows it, they do it.
Given that other journalists here can stand freely in front of it, what's the difference between these two classes of journalists? Do whatever you want.
Matthew,
Do whatever
you're
you
making
want. This is a
pleading
meeting
for your
on
special
Haiti and
case.
South Sudan.
You're making pleading for your special
No,
case.
I'm not. I'm saying you have 2,000 Greenpeace. Why can't they cover
yes,
the meeting?
Yes, you are. And if there were 2,000 Greenpeace who were making an issue of it, that would be one thing. There's one individual journalist, yourself, making
Mm-hmm.
an issue of it. I've told you what the response is from my media accreditation colleagues, and they are trying to help
What's
you.
the response from security?
And
What is the security problem? Because I talked to an
security-
ambassador there who said
security
Ban
abides by
Ki-moon
the-
is inaccessible
Matthew,
and unaccountable.
Matthew, quit trying to drown me out. It's unprofessional. It is blatantly unprofessional.
Okay. We go on.
Security abides by their own rules. They do not make exceptions simply for an individual. They do that to keep the building secure. Within those parameters, we're trying to accommodate your
What's the
requests.
security problem of a journalist standing in front of
That's
ECOSOC?
all I've got to say to you. Beyond this, you're just arguing. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone.